Good afternoon and welcome to our edition of Idols Hangouts. Today we are hanging out with Carl, who was unfortunately evicted from the competition over the weekend. He isn't going to London. He decided London should go to London rather instead.
Yeah.
But he's going to go to London at some point.
Yeah, he said it like it was my choice. I decided that London should go.
Yeah. Carl didn't want to leave the competition, but unfortunately you have. How are you feeling though?
Yeah, I'm cool, bro. I think I've enjoyed my experience enough to be comfortable with where I am, and yeah, I think it's just been a great stepping stone, which is what I always intended it to be. And yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, let me introduce you to everybody else who's hanging out with us today. Bernice, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hi, Kyle.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. You want to fire away with your question, Bernice?
Sure. So, Kyle, the first question that I have for you is, in terms of setting yourself apart from everybody else in the competition, how did you do that? You know, what did you focus on?
I think coming into the competition, my main aim was, well, how it's going to be with my music as well, is to appeal to both markets and to appeal to everyone in South Africa. I mean, we live in a multiracial society where people enjoy different tastes of music and different genres, and to choose songs which both nationalities and all cultures songs that appeal to everyone, and yeah,
that's what it was about.
Yeah, I think that's what my main focus was when I was choosing songs and thinking about those sort of things.
Okay, Steve, are you there? You want to say hello and fire away with a question?
What's up, Kai?
What's up, bud? I'm glad your mic's working. So last week you had a bit of problems.
Cool. You're talking about song selection. Apparently, you did a collaboration with Casper in your vest. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I did 2 years ago. After I left Idols, I started writing a lot of music and working with some producers. And so we wrote a song 2 years ago. Like, I was staying, there's a shed in the back of my house, and we're actually recording in there. We moved the producer's whole computer and set up in there, and we sat there for 3 days. And the one afternoon we wrote this track. It took us 10 minutes to write and record, literally. And then he was like, "Cool, we're sending this off to Casper." And 2 years ago, Casper wasn't really, no one had heard of Casper, and I was like, why are we sending such a nice song to Casper? Why don't we keep it for ourselves? And he was like, no, we're sending this one off. So I trusted him, and we sent it off. And then maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, I got a call from a friend saying that he had heard that Casper sang a song on Unati's radio station, on Unati's show on Metro. And yeah, so, and he was like, "Have you done a track with Casper in your vest?" I was like, "I think so. This is what the lyrics are. Was it the same song?" So I found out indirectly, but yeah, since then we've been in contact, and it's awesome to see the love that the song's getting on social media before it's been released as a single.
That's very cool. So is that something possibly that we can look forward to in the future? Maybe you working with Casper and some other artists as well?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a possibility of Casper featuring on one of my songs on my album, and we're looking at some other link-ups. There's a guy signed under Casper, under their label called Family Tree, and his name's Chad the Don. He's a rapper, and they're branding him like the white or South Africa's Eminem. And yeah, so he's really talented. There's a track coming out with him soon. There's a track I'm featured on DJ Fisherman's album, which is also something that people can look out for. And yeah, we'll see.
And then of course your music as well.
Yeah, and then there's mine, which is going to be launched ASAP.
Nice. Michelle, want to go for it?
Hi. Hey, Kyle.
What's up, Michelle?
I'd just like to find out, let's go back to Idols. I want to hear about your audition in Theatre Week. Can you tell us about that, what it was like, and what made you want to come to Idols and audition?
Sure. You're taking me all the way to the beginning.
2012.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the way back.
Obviously, this was my second time, and I worked really hard in the 2 years where I wasn't on Idols. with vocal coaches, and I was working with producers, and I was just starting to believe in myself more and more. And the guys who I was working with, I said to them, should I enter again? And they were all very positive, and they're like, "Yo, let's do this thing." So it was more of me entering with a whole group of people, than rather than me just entering as Carl. So there was an end in sight. But yeah, so I went through to the theatre. I didn't really tell anyone other than them about it. Like, I told my family and my friends on the day if they asked, but otherwise I was going to tell them like at a later stage.
But they saw you on TV.
Yeah, so I left it quite quiet. I just went, entered, and just got on with things. And yeah, going to Sun City again was cool. It was nice to know what to expect. Although last time I went, they had a day break. So being the person who goes there second, everyone was like, "Carl's been here before. So Carl, what are we gonna have to do when we arrive?" And I was like, "Well, no. Like last time we went, we arrived, we slept, we worked with a vocal coach selecting our song, and then the next day we went and performed." And then this year, as we got off the bus, they were like, "Cool guys, can you come? You singing straight away." So I hadn't prepared a song, and I had been advising everyone not to like stress because we're only going to sing tomorrow. And then so Carl was the dork who put everyone in the wall. Yeah. So now, and then I ended up choosing a song really rushed backstage with everyone making so much noise, and I ended up doing Tracy Chapman Foscar, which I recorded a cover of and put it up on YouTube afterwards because people absolutely loved it. So yeah, it ended up working out nicely.
Where do we actually find that cover?
If you just search my name, Kyle Dageman, Foscar, Tracy Chapman Foscar, it should come up.
Very nice, cool. Bernice, back to you.
Sure. Kyle, if you could just share with us what are the top 3 skills that you have learned from this competition that have made you a better person and a better musician as well? Oh, sorry.
Okay. Steven's open up for fun. Sure, top 3 skills. I think it's the first time I've ever had to be on stage with proper in-ears on while we're performing. So learning to adjust to playing or performing with in-ears in is quite a skill because you don't hear anything that's going on around you. You have to learn to trust the sound engineers to be playing what you would perceive as the best mix or whatever. So you're just hearing yourself really and the instruments you choose. So learning to do that and still be interactive with the crowd and knowing what they're feeling, what you're feeling, that sort of thing was something that was really a learning curve for me. Other things I think are just more diligence and hard work, and if you want your song to sound perfect, you've got to put that much effort in. Like if your practice isn't perfect, your performance is not going to be perfect. So I learned to be more diligent and more constructive in terms of practice. And I don't really have a third one. I think that was about 4 in 1 there.
That's just detailed enough. Steven?
So, what would you consider your best performance?
Sure.
It was the one you didn't do last night, eh?
Yeah. To be very honest, Lollyway was going to be my best performance, and yeah, I think, like I said last night on TV, I said I'm disappointed I didn't get to perform it because South Africa would have really, really loved it.
So maybe you should put a cover up on YouTube then as well, so you can see that.
I'm gonna see if I can get permission to put the dress rehearsal, because they keep all the footage for that. So I'll see if I can get the dress rehearsal up on YouTube.
That would be cool. We can put it up on the Idols account.
Yeah,
that would be very cool.
Yeah.
And but I personally enjoyed the performance last week from Oasis.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. You did a really good version of that one. So
thanks. A lot of people have been saying radioactive when I beat that big drum. So yeah, one of those.
So that was one of them. Tracy Chapman, obviously.
Yeah. And I enjoyed singing the Drake track. Just Hold On, We're Going Home. I think that was a really popular one as well.
Cool. Michelle, another question from you?
Sure. Seeing as we're talking about performances, Kyle, do you ever get nervous when you're performing on stage?
That's a rhetorical question. If anyone says no, then they're lying. But for me, I think I'm nervous till the first line is over, or almost like the first couple of words. As soon as I hear myself come out with the correct note and the right, and it sounds okay, then I'm like, okay, cool, I can hear myself. Yeah, this sounds good. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Bernice, another question from you?
Yes. What I want to know is what are your highlights? What stood out for you from this competition, music-wise, and in terms of being with all the other contestants. Yeah, what are your highlights?
Obviously, meeting everyone and getting to know everyone on the show is amazing, from the contestants to the crew, to the musicians. The band is unbelievably talented. Yeah, everyone, Marley Kelly, the vocal coach, RJ Benjamin, our mentor, and Jadine and the band. Sure, meeting and performing with those guys. I mean, they play, if there's any top acts that come over and they're looking for musicians, these are the guys they hire, so we know they're up there with the world's best, and yeah, to work with them is really something else. And I think just every Sunday being able to perform for the country is a highlight every week. Yeah, it's just been great.
Stephen, let's wrap it up from your side.
What would you say are your immediate plans, music plans, rather, from here?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to go meet with a guy by the name of Himal. He's from Ganja Beats. And so we're going to start tomorrow searching for what could potentially be future songs for myself. And then when I'm back, I think we got to be back here for the show till the finale. And then as soon as I'm back home, I'll be recording, and yeah, just to make sure that I'm hoping to have a music video and a single ready as soon as I'm allowed to release music.
Cool. Michelle, one more from you.
Sure. People who want to audition for Idols next year, Kyle, can you give them some words of advice and what to expect and how to go through it?
Yeah, cool. I think when if you want to audition, make sure that you're ready for it. I know 2 years ago when I auditioned, there was no chance in how I was ready for after Idols. It's no use being ready for Idols itself. I think it's what comes after that's more important. So if you can be ready for what's to come after, then I think that's the best way to prepare. And then a guy said to me before I went to Sun City, he was like, just don't suck. And that was like, for me, knowing that I've really got some talent, for him to say to me, just don't suck, which means just really do your best at all times, was encouraging. So every time I went out to perform, I was like, just don't suck. And he's like, and then you'll be okay. So I stood by that.
Nice. That's a nice motto to live by.
Yeah.
So we like that. Okay, Carl, so we've got to wrap it up. My question to you, now that there are 4 left, who do you think is going to take it?
Everyone's loving this question. I always love supporting the underdog, although I don't think he'll win. I think I'm going to root for London.
Okay.
But in my opinion, I don't think he'll go all the way. But yeah, I'm going to support him.
Okay, well, let's see what happens if Carl is on the money come the next few weeks.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be very interesting. How do we get hold of you on the social networks as well?
You can follow me on Twitter. It's @Carl_Deitsch. You spell Deitsch, DEUTSCH. And then Instagram is Carl_Deitsch. And then on Facebook, you can find me with my name.
Very nice. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for all the music.
Perfect.
Get hold of that Loliwe track. We want to hear it.
Yeah,
it'll be awesome. And don't forget, you can catch Idols every single Sunday between 5 and 7 on Mnet and on Mzansi Magic. And then if you want to see videos, news, Instagram pictures, everything that you need, that is Idols Focus, go to mnet.co.za/idolssa. And you can catch us every single Monday between 1 and 2, hanging out with the next person who is voted out of the competition. And speaking of voting, if you want to keep them in the competition, you have to go to the website and do all the voting things there. Otherwise, this is what happens.
Yeah, you end up here. talking with this guy.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be.
Awesome. Thanks very much for hanging out with us. We will catch you back very, very soon.
Ciao.
Thank you. All the best.